There is something your heart has been trying to understand for a very long time. You felt it in the silence. You noticed it in the delayed replies. You saw it hidden behind their smile. And tonight, the truth is finally moving closer to you. Do not skip this moment. Stay until the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason this message found you right now. The person you love deeply has been carrying a truth they never wanted you to discover. Not because they hate you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they are terrified of what happens once you finally see everything clearly. And listen carefully. This is connected to someone around them. Someone whose presence has quietly changed everything. At first, you ignored the signs. You told yourself you were overthinking. You tried to stay calm. But deep inside, your spirit kept whispering the same question again and again. Why do things suddenly feel different? That feeling was not random. Your heart noticed a shift long before your mind accepted it. And tonight, every hidden piece is beginning to rise to the surface. Stay here. Do not scroll. Because the next few moments are important. The person you think about every night has been fighting an emotional storm in silence. There were moments when they almost told you everything. Moments when they stared at your name on their screen longer than usual. Moments when they wanted to confess what has truly been happening behind the scenes. But every single time, fear stopped them. Fear of losing you. Fear of changing the connection forever. Fear that once the truth is revealed, nothing will ever feel the same again. And the strange part? The truth is not what you expected. Because this is not simply about betrayal. It is deeper than that. Much deeper. There is another person influencing their thoughts, influencing their choices, influencing the distance you have been feeling recently. This person entered quietly. No loud warning. No dramatic moment. Just small changes. Small shifts in energy. And suddenly the connection between you and the person you love began feeling heavier, colder, harder to understand. You sensed it. That is why you clicked this video. Because part of you already knows something enormous has been hidden from you. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has been trapped between honesty and fear. They replay conversations in their head. They wonder if you already know. They wonder if your silence means you have started seeing through everything. And lately, they have been nervous. Very nervous. Because the mask is becoming harder to keep in place. There is something they never expected. You started becoming stronger without them realizing it. Your energy changed. Your awareness became sharper. And now, the truth they buried is beginning to shake loose on its own. But wait. Because this next part matters more than you think. The hidden truth is connected to emotions that were never fully spoken aloud. Someone around them has been creating confusion, influencing decisions, planting doubts, and slowly changing the direction of things behind closed doors. The person you love noticed it too late. And now they are stuck trying to protect everyone without exposing what really happened. That is why their behavior became inconsistent. One day warm. One day distant. One day full of emotion. The next day completely silent. It was never random. There was always a reason behind it. And tonight, you are closer than ever to understanding the full picture. Stay till the end. Because the final truth changes everything. Right now, the person you love is carrying emotional pressure you cannot even imagine. They feel guilty for hiding things. They feel afraid of your reaction. But most of all, they fear the moment you finally stop waiting for them. That thought terrifies them. Because despite everything, despite the silence, despite the confusion, despite the hidden truth, their feelings for you never disappeared. And that is what makes this situation so complicated. If there were no feelings, this would have ended long ago. But the connection is still alive. Strong. Heavy. Unfinished. And very soon, something unexpected will force the truth into the open. A conversation. A realization. A moment they cannot avoid anymore. When that happens, everything changes. Do not leave now. Because what happens next may explain every strange feeling you have carried for months. The distance. The silence. The emotional confusion. It was all connected. And deep down, you already knew. A strange shift is happening tonight, and the person you love can no longer hide it. They tried to bury the truth. They tried to act normal. But every hidden emotion is slowly rising to the surface now. Do not skip this part. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. The silence between you was never empty. It was filled with unspoken tension. Filled with hesitation. Filled with a truth they prayed you would never discover. And now, everything is becoming impossible for them to control. The person you love has been watching you carefully lately. Watching your energy change. Watching your patience become quieter. Watching you slowly stop chasing answers. And that scared them more than anything else. Because they realized something important. You are beginning to move differently. You are beginning to feel the truth without needing anyone to explain it. And once that happens, nothing stays hidden forever. Listen carefully. There is someone connected to this story who changed the emotional balance completely. Not loudly. Not suddenly. But slowly. Quietly. Almost invisibly. At first, the person you love thought they could manage everything on their own. They believed they could protect you from confusion. They believed they could keep the truth hidden while still holding on to your connection. But emotions do not stay buried forever. Eventually, they rise. And lately, their emotions have become impossible to hide. That explains the strange energy you felt. The late-night distance. The moments where they seemed emotionally absent even while talking to you. You were not imagining it. Your intuition noticed everything. And tonight, the pieces are finally coming together. Do not scroll. Because the next revelation changes the entire story. The person you love has been carrying guilt silently. Not because they stopped caring. But because they know you deserve honesty. The problem is, they waited too long. Now the situation feels bigger than they expected. Every conversation feels heavy to them. Every message from you makes their heart race. Because deep inside, they know a moment of truth is coming closer. A moment where pretending will no longer work. And here is the part they never wanted you to realize. Someone around them has been influencing their emotions more than they admitted. This person planted confusion, created emotional pressure, made everything harder to understand. And instead of being honest with you immediately, the person you love stayed silent. That silence created distance. That distance created doubt. And now, they are terrified of losing the connection completely. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, the person you love is replaying memories of you inside their mind. Small moments. Simple conversations. Tiny details nobody else would notice. Because despite all the confusion, you still became the person they could never fully let go of. That is why this situation hurts them deeply. They tried to move carefully. Tried to avoid emotional chaos. Tried to keep everything balanced. But the hidden truth became heavier every single day. And now, cracks are beginning to show everywhere. You may have noticed sudden mood changes. Unexpected silence. Strange emotional reactions that made no sense. There was always a hidden reason behind it. And soon, that reason will become impossible to hide anymore. The person you love is standing at an emotional crossroads right now. One path leads toward honesty. The other leads toward permanent distance. And secretly, they are afraid you may already be walking away emotionally. That thought keeps them awake. Because no matter how complicated things became, your presence still matters to them more than they can explain. But wait. Do not leave yet. Because this next moment is important. Very important. There is something the person you love recently realized about you. They realized you are stronger than before. Harder to fool. Harder to confuse. And somehow, more emotionally powerful than ever. That realization changed everything. Because now they know the truth cannot stay hidden much longer. Sooner or later, everything reaches the surface. And when it does, the connection between you both will never feel the same again. Stay till the end. Because the final revelation is closer than anyone realizes. Very soon, someone will speak. Very soon, hidden emotions will break silence. And very soon, you will finally understand why your heart kept warning you all along. Tonight, the silence surrounding this connection is about to reveal something unforgettable. The person you love has been hiding emotions far deeper than you realize. Not temporary emotions. Not small confusion. Something much bigger. Something that changed the way they look at you forever. Do not skip this moment. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason your heart has felt restless lately. A reason certain moments suddenly felt strange. A reason your intuition kept whispering that something was happening behind the scenes. And now, the hidden truth is beginning to move closer to the surface than ever before. The person you love thought they could control everything quietly. They believed they could hide their emotional conflict while still keeping you close. But emotions leave signs. And lately, those signs have become impossible to ignore. You noticed the pauses. The sudden emotional distance. The moments where they acted like they wanted to say something, but stopped themselves at the last second. That was not accidental. That was fear. Because there is someone connected to this situation who changed everything emotionally. And the person you love knows that once you understand the full story, your entire perspective may change forever. Stay here. Do not scroll. The next part matters more than you think. Recently, the person you love started realizing something unexpected about you. They realized you are no longer emotionally blind. You started seeing patterns. Feeling energy shifts. Understanding silence without words. And that terrified them. Because the more aware you become, the harder it becomes for them to keep the truth hidden. There were nights when they almost reached out to explain everything. Nights when they stared at old memories of you and wondered how things became so complicated. But every time they tried to speak honestly, fear pulled them back into silence again. Not because they wanted to hurt you, but because they are afraid of losing the one connection they still cannot replace. And that connection is you. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. The hidden truth is not only about another person. It is also about emotions that were never fully expressed. The person you love became emotionally trapped between guilt and attachment. Part of them wanted to protect you from pain. Another part wanted to protect themselves from consequences. And in trying to protect everything, they slowly created distance instead. That distance is what you have been feeling. That emotional heaviness. That strange uncertainty. It was never random. Every strange feeling had a hidden reason behind it. And now, the truth is becoming too powerful to stay buried any longer. Listen carefully. Very soon, something unexpected is going to happen between you and this person. A sudden conversation. An emotional confession. Or a moment where hidden feelings accidentally reveal themselves. The person you love feels this coming already. That is why their energy has changed recently. They know time is running out. They know silence cannot continue forever. And secretly, they are afraid you may finally stop waiting for them. That fear has been growing stronger every single day. Because despite all the confusion, your absence would leave a space nobody else could fill. Stay till the end. Because the final part of this story becomes even more shocking. There is something the person you love has never admitted aloud. Even while hiding the truth. Even while creating distance. Even while struggling emotionally. They never stopped checking on you quietly. Never stopped thinking about you during random moments. Never stopped wondering if destiny would somehow bring clarity back into this connection. And now, something inside them is breaking. The emotional pressure has become too heavy. The silence has lasted too long. And the truth they feared most is finally approaching them. You are starting to see everything clearly. That realization changes everything. Because once clarity arrives, Nothing hidden survives for long. Do not scroll. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter of this connection will reveal emotions nobody expected, and once the truth finally comes out, neither of you will ever see this relationship the same way again. There is a moment approaching fast, a moment the person you love cannot escape anymore. They tried to delay it. They tried to avoid it. But the truth has become too heavy to carry in silence. And tonight, you are closer than ever to discovering why everything suddenly changed between you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has been fighting an emotional battle nobody around them fully understands. Every day they pretend everything is normal. Every day they act like nothing is wrong. But deep inside, their thoughts have become louder and louder. Because they know something important. You are beginning to emotionally detach from the confusion. And that realization shook them deeply. For a long time, they believed you would always stay. Always wait. Always understand. But now, they feel your energy shifting. More calm. More distant. More aware. And suddenly they are realizing what they could lose forever. Listen carefully. The hidden truth was never just about another person. It was about fear. Fear of honesty. Fear of consequences. Fear that once everything comes into the light, the connection may never return to the way it once felt. That fear controlled their actions for a very long time. But silence creates cracks. And now those cracks are impossible to hide. You may have noticed moments where they suddenly became emotional for no clear reason. Moments where their voice sounded different. Moments where they almost confessed something, then quickly changed the subject. Those moments mattered more than you realized. Because every single one was a silent battle between truth and fear. Stay here. Do not scroll. The next revelation changes everything. Recently, the person you love started hearing things about you. They noticed people admiring your strength. Your growth. Your emotional change. And for the first time, they became afraid that someone else may eventually understand your value better than they did. That fear awakened something powerful inside them. Regret. Deep regret. Because they suddenly realized how much emotional distance had already formed between you both. And now, they are trying to figure out if it is too late to fix things. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. The person you love remembers details about you that nobody else notices. Your energy. Your words. Your silence. Even the smallest memory still follows them during quiet moments. That is why this situation became emotionally overwhelming for them. Because despite everything hidden, your connection never disappeared from their heart. But here comes the shocking part. The person influencing this situation never expected you to remain this emotionally strong. They expected confusion to weaken you. Distance to break you. Silence to make you disappear emotionally. Instead, you became stronger. Calmer. More aware. And now the emotional balance is shifting completely. The person you love sees it happening. And secretly, they are beginning to panic. Because they know they cannot keep avoiding the truth forever. A turning point is coming. Very soon, something unexpected will reveal emotions nobody thought would surface this quickly. A message. A conversation. A sudden emotional moment. Something is approaching rapidly now. And once it happens, there will be no way to return to silence again. Stay till the end. Because the final truth is closer than ever. The person you love has been pretending they are emotionally in control. But late at night, when everything becomes quiet, they think about you more than anyone realizes. They wonder if you still believe in the connection. They wonder if you are slowly giving up. And most of all, they wonder what will happen when you finally learn everything they tried so hard to hide. That thought follows them constantly now. Because deep inside, they know you deserve honesty. And the closer that honesty gets, the more emotional they become. Do not scroll. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is no longer far away. The silence is breaking. The hidden emotions are rising. And very soon, the person you love may finally reveal the secret they were never supposed to let you discover. A hidden emotional storm is reaching its final stage, and the person you love can feel everything changing now. They can no longer ignore the pressure. No longer pretend nothing is happening. No longer hide the truth as easily as before. Do not skip this part. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. The connection between you and this person was never ordinary. That is why the silence felt so intense. That is why the distance hurt so deeply. And that is why your heart kept sensing that something important was being hidden from you. You were not overthinking. You were feeling the truth before it fully appeared. And now, the emotional walls around this situation are beginning to crack. The person you love has been carrying thoughts they never shared with anyone. Thoughts about you. Thoughts about the future. Thoughts about whether they waited too long to finally be honest. Because lately, they have started noticing something different in your energy. You no longer react the same way. You no longer chase answers the same way. You became quieter. Stronger. More emotionally controlled. And strangely, that change made them realize how much they still care about you. Do not scroll. The next revelation matters more than you think. There is someone connected to this situation who believed they could permanently change the bond between you and the person you love. But they underestimated something important. Real emotional connections do not disappear easily. No matter how much confusion enters the situation. No matter how much silence grows. Some connections continue pulling two people back toward the truth. And that is exactly what is happening now. The person you love feels emotionally cornered. Because the truth they tried hiding is beginning to reveal itself naturally. Without effort. Without planning. Without control. Small signs are appearing everywhere now. Unexpected emotions. Random memories. Moments where they suddenly think about you and cannot focus on anything else. And every time that happens, guilt grows stronger inside them. Because they know you deserved honesty from the beginning. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has been secretly comparing everyone to you lately. And nobody feels the same. Nobody creates the same emotional pull. Nobody understands them the way you once did. That realization shocked them deeply. Because for a long time, they convinced themselves they could manage this situation quietly and move forward emotionally. But now they understand something painful. Their feelings for you never fully left. And the more they try to suppress those emotions, the stronger they become. Listen carefully. Very soon, a moment of clarity is going to arrive unexpectedly. It could happen through a conversation, a sudden emotional reaction, or a truth revealed accidentally at the perfect time. But once that moment arrives, silence will no longer survive. And deep inside, the person you love already feels it coming. That is why their energy has become so unstable recently. One moment distant. One moment emotional. One moment silent. The next moment thinking about reaching out to you again. Because the emotional pressure inside them has reached a breaking point. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Because the final part of this story becomes even more intense. There is something the person you love never admitted even to themselves. They believed you would always stay emotionally available no matter how much confusion happened. But now, they feel your energy changing direction. And for the first time, they are scared that they may truly lose you. That fear is waking up emotions they tried to bury for a very long time. Regret. Attachment. Longing. And a deep desire to finally clear the silence between you. Something huge is waiting for you. The hidden truth is closer to the surface than ever before now. The emotional distance is collapsing. The silence is weakening. And soon, the person you love may finally reveal why they kept this secret hidden from you for so long. Because deep down, they know you were always meant to discover the truth eventually. Something is shifting behind the scenes right now, and the person you love feels their hidden truth getting harder to protect every single day. They thought silence would keep everything under control. They thought time would erase the emotional tension. But instead, the connection between you became even stronger in ways they never expected. Do not skip this moment. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has been carrying invisible emotional weight for a long time. Every memory with you still echoes inside them. Every conversation still returns during quiet moments. And lately, those memories have become impossible for them to ignore. That is why their behavior changed. Not because they stopped caring, but because their emotions became too complicated to hide naturally anymore. You may have noticed how they suddenly became distant without explanation. Then emotionally warm again. Then silent again. That emotional inconsistency was never random. It was the result of someone else quietly affecting the situation behind the scenes. And the person you love knows that once you fully understand everything, your entire perspective may shift forever. Do not scroll. The next part is important. There were moments when they almost told you the truth completely. Moments when they typed long messages, then erased them. Moments when they wanted to explain why things suddenly felt different between you both. But every time, fear stopped them. Fear that honesty would create permanent distance. Fear that you would finally decide to walk away emotionally. And lately, that fear has become stronger than ever before. Because the person you love can feel your energy changing now. You are no longer waiting the same way. No longer reacting the same way. You became calmer. More emotionally aware. And somehow, harder to confuse. That realization shocked them deeply. Because now they understand something they ignored before. You are finally seeing the truth without needing anyone to explain it directly. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. There is someone connected to this story who believed silence would slowly weaken your connection. But instead, silence revealed how powerful the emotional bond truly was. Because even after confusion, even after distance, even after hidden emotions, neither of you fully let go. That unfinished emotional connection still exists. Strongly. Quietly. And now it is pulling hidden truths toward the surface. The person you love feels emotionally trapped between two realities. One reality tells them to continue hiding everything. The other tells them they are running out of time to be honest with you. That internal battle has exhausted them emotionally. And recently, they started realizing something painful. The longer they wait, the more they risk losing you completely. Listen carefully. A major emotional turning point is getting closer now. The signs are everywhere. Unexpected thoughts about you. Sudden emotional reactions. Memories returning at random times. And an intense feeling inside them that something cannot stay hidden much longer. That feeling is correct. Because soon, a truth that remained buried for so long may finally reveal itself unexpectedly. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love secretly wonders if you still think about them during quiet moments. They wonder if your silence means healing, or emotional goodbye. And that uncertainty is affecting them more than they expected. Because despite every hidden truth, despite every complicated emotion, you still became the person they compare everyone else to. Nobody replaced your energy. Nobody replaced your presence. And now, they are beginning to realize the emotional mistake they made by hiding so much from you. That realization is changing everything internally. Stay till the end. Because the final revelation becomes even more powerful. Very soon, something unexpected will force emotional honesty into the open. A sudden confession. A truth revealed naturally. Or a moment where hidden feelings can no longer stay controlled. And when that moment arrives, the person you love may finally admit what they spent so long trying to hide from you. Because deep inside, they know the connection between you was never truly broken. Only buried beneath silence and fear.